and I am here to talk about getting through the holidays. Maybe you are watching Hallmark movies and it seems like everybody has a Hallmark life except for you. Or maybe you've been running and trying and striving, and then when your body finally has time to rest, you feel like you're crashing and it feels like the grief is too much. And the holiday season can be tricky in lots of ways. Some of us are around toxic family members that we don't want to be around, or we're alone for the first time on a holiday season, or everywhere it looks like everyone's got a perfect life except for us, though maybe in the time of COVID it's a little easier to realize that not everyone has a perfect life. But it's really difficult. And depression and mental illness and all those sorts of things are actually very up during the holiday season. And some of that is because we're supposed to be happy. I will never forget, never, ever, ever, ever forget. I was working in a homeless shelter, and I had done concerts. I'm a classical piano player, so I had done concerts for this homeless shelter in my area, and they brought in several guest speakers and did this whole concert for local homeless people. And they sang two songs, not my group, but this other group sang two songs. One, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and the other one was something about like Let It Snow. And I thought, huh, what are these homeless people thinking? Like, I'll be home for Christmas? Like, that's probably like the horror. It's the worst, literally the worst song you could sing for homeless people. Or, Let It Snow when they live outside. I mean, it was so just bizarre. I will never forget. But it gave me such grace at the time that it was before I had made my huge life change. But I had such grace, like, oh, Christmas isn't beautiful for everybody. These songs aren't beautiful for everybody. The storybook, happy, perfect ending isn't perfect for everybody. Maybe it's something you wanted that you feel like you're never going to get. Or maybe you're able to fill your days with work and focus on your career, or focus on kids, or focus on anything but yourself. And then when you have time to slow down, the sadness hits. Okay? So some tips and tricks to get you through that I'd love to help you with. One, do not have nothing but a blank page. Okay? When I look at your calendar, I want to see things on your calendar. It does not have to be parties, great parties outside of your home. I don't care if you have a show that you want to watch on television and you schedule it. Remember, we used to like schedule things like, at 8 o'clock, Grey's Anatomy's coming on, or Sunday evening at 6, the ball game's coming on. I guess we still do that with ball games, right? But I don't care what it is. I care that you feel like your life has some type of structure to it, especially if you were locked in during COVID. I know that seemed very simple, but thinking about things on your calendar in the time. Now, I'm at a space that's like, oh, I don't have anything on my calendar. But I'm not at the place I was. But if you don't have your kids for a week, if you don't have anything to do and your work is closed down, or you're stuck in your house for COVID, and just the days endlessly go on and all that you have is blank space that you have to fill, you need to fill it with something other than grief. And I saw something recently, we discussed it in the Wondrous Woman group, the difference between grieving and coping. And as I write this, my husband's poor family has had just tragedy after tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. There was another medical thing that happened with his dad last night. And today, or 2 nights ago, today on Thanksgiving, I see him and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, doing all these Christmas things. And, usually he's like, not a Christmas decorator. I'll do the tree by myself. The kids do it. He's not a Christmas decorator. But he wanted to change something. He wanted to be able to take something with his hands that looked before and after. He probably did not know I was psychoanalyzing him. But it was a coping strategy. It gave space, sense, purpose. It was something to take a picture of. It was something, I took the picture, not him, but it was something to say, oh, okay, I accomplished something today. And it was as simple as wrapping ribbon around the posts in the front of our house. I keep looking over to see the ribbon at the front of our house. And it was something simple, but it was a coping strategy. And there's this conversation around, is it grieving or it's coping? I schedule time to be sad. When I know I need to be sad, I say, okay, I'm giving you an hour. I'm giving you an evening. I'm giving you time to be sad. I usually do yoga during that time or play piano or listen to sad songs. Because if there's nothing but looking on social media and seeing how perfect everyone else's life is, or staring at a blank page, which is our own life, which feels lonely, then it's all grief. But it's not healthy grief. It's not processing grief. It's just, you get into feeling sorry for yourself, you get into feeling really sad, you get into feeling yucky. It's not good grief. It's scheduling time to be sad and then scheduling things to be happy. It is very hard for me to have a bad day while I'm listening to Stevie Wonder on the radio. Like, very superstitious, or whatever it is, right? As soon as that's playing, I'm in a better mood. Maybe not the first song, maybe not the second song, okay? But I'm in a better mood. Change the music, change the mood. If it's not Christmas songs that put you in a cheery mood, like that homeless situation I was in, don't do Christmas songs. But do things on purpose so you feel like you have control of your own life. And if the only thing you're filling your time with is a blank calendar where I know you think you need to rest, okay? You can rest. You can schedule rest. You can schedule a nap. You can schedule taking a bath. You can schedule a long shower. You can schedule painting your own toenails. But your life needs to not feel empty. And everyone else's life is amazing, this Hallmark movie, and your life is empty and nothing but space. If you need to be sad, schedule time to be sad, and then schedule something else. Don't let it all be sad. Figure out what coping strategy works for you. Figure out, even if it's something silly like crafting, I don't know, so I don't mean to insult crafting, but I was just thinking like some craft or like a cereal box, but I'm not even crafty enough. I couldn't come up with anything, but it could be simple. Make toilet roll papers and make it a reindeer and send it to your friend, colleague from work and say, quarantine crazy. I mean, whatever it is, but things that connect you with others is a win. Things that connect you with hobbies or interest or things in your past that's like, oh, I never have time to. I never have time to. I never have time to. Use this time to move forward. And it doesn't mean you don't have to be sad. It just means it's okay to have coping strategies. And a blank page and looking at everybody else's life as if it's perfect and yours as if it's miserable is a bad coping strategy. Okay, I hope that helps, and I will be here with you during this holiday season. Definitely more on that. That was just kind of two quick things, but definitely more on that as we head into getting 2020 behind us, thank goodness, and headed into hopefully what will be a much merrier 2021. Have a great day.